Hello, gang. Thank you for joining me on this lovely Friday we're having. Today we got a special stream for y'all. It's gonna be something I'm gonna try to do every Friday. We'll see how it goes. This is the first one. I'm calling it F Art Fridays, or you can simplify that to Fart Fridays, because I'm just gonna be farting out some art. Trying to get back to what I'm used to doing, is making some art. Oh, hold on, I hear some more noise from somewhere. Okay, let's mute that. There we go. Okie dokie. Yeah, today gonna be doing some art, gonna be drawing some robots, and hope you guys enjoy. I know it's not games, but hopefully you'll stick around, and we'll see how this goes. All right, let's get into it. I gotta. Okay, first we might as well show this. There we go. So, just gonna run you through my workflow process a little bit here. So I'm a professional concept artist. I've been working in the industry for like 10 plus years, and just recently switched to streaming, so I'm hoping to kind of combine the two things together, and hopefully it'll be entertaining for y'all. So first things first, before I put any pen to paper or stylus to screen, we got to get references for what I'm trying to achieve here. And we're going to do something kind of, kind of cool, kind of fun and easy. I want to kind of combine all these elements that I have here on this screen to create like a cool robot that I've had in my mind for a while, and I never really fleshed it out into something that's presentable. So the idea here is I'm going to combine these elements into one design. So I'm looking at basically making like a big walking kind of mech here with a couple of big Gatling guns on it, and gonna try and style it a little bit like modern day tanks, combining with some MechWarrior attributes. And yeah, we're gonna stick one of these big Vulcan cannons, Gatling cannons, on each side of its shoulders, and yeah, we're just gonna kind of have fun with it. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy. Let me go to my display here. Let's see, let's cut that and bring this in. There we go. So I used to use Photoshop for when I used to work in the industry, but Photoshop costs a lot of money. Everything's yearly subscription now, and don't really have the cash to just fork over to Adobe every month, whatever the subscription is like. So what we're gonna do here is I'm using this program called Krita. It's free. It's Photoshop-esque. I've kind of set it up to mimic Photoshop as best I can, but there's definitely gonna be some some issues. It doesn't work exactly as smoothly. The brushes and stuff aren't the same. But we're going to try our best. We're going to try our best to get something going here. So, okay, so first thing I do when I approach a new design, like I said, well, second thing. First thing is get the references, as I showed you guys. Second thing is to just sketch out a bunch of ideas of what I'm trying to accomplish. Kind of as quick as I can. Sketch out a bunch of ideas, and then we're going to kind of keep distilling and keep refining the idea, the design, until we get something that looks cool, and then we just keep refining that into basically better and better drawings. The idea that I have with this whole F-art stream is I'm going to try to start with some sketches, some marker drawings, stuff like that, and then eventually, once we have the design nailed down, I'm going to go into Blender. If you guys know, it's another free software. It's excellent software for 3D. And we're going to take my design and then put it into Blender, and I'm going to try to make a 3D model of the design I have. And then we're going to take that 3D model and maybe add some color, maybe add some lighting, and then bring it back into Krita to do some paint over on top to really make it shine. So hopefully I'm going to have enough commentary to keep you guys entertained, because sketching and drawing is a process and it takes a little while. So here we go. Let's get a new layer going here. What do we have? We got a nice fat marker here that I'm gonna use to start sketching. Let me turn that. How can I maybe turn the opacity down a little bit? Yeah, let's do 80%. There we go. Okay. So the basic design of this guy, this robot I'm trying to do, is gonna be something like this. Let's start here. Oops. Oh no. Wow. Okay, so shift doesn't give you a straight line. I don't know what gives you a straight line. Shift just changes the size of your brush. So that's a little weird. Anyway, I'm gonna have to turn this a little bit so I can get my straight lines going. Come on. Okay. Let's get black here. Or yeah, that's fine. Let's do black with a little bit of red, just to make it a little more interesting. I got a little bit of a chill music beat going here, because I can't have too many distractions while I'm trying to concentrate on design. It's too much. In fact, I think I'm going to turn this music down just a smidge so I can concentrate a little more. There we go. Okay, here we go. So we get a ground plane going. Let's see, how is... Oh, is it 5? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, again, still getting used to the controls here. Oh, it gets bigger if I pull away. Okay. So anyway, the idea is going to be something like this. Let's make this a little bigger so I can make it nice and chunky. This is like going to be the body. Let's see, is it... Oh, man. Oh, there we go. No. How do I move this now? Oh, all the controls are completely different than... Oh, there we go. Let's move that up a little bit. Deselect. Rotate this guy. So yeah, you can't really see my references, but I'm going to be picking from that some stuff to incorporate into here, like the robot legs and stuff like that. So let's just start with classic, just reverse leg situation here. And again, some of these first ones are going to look like crap because ideas are just flowing. That stuff's just coming out. My idea is to have this kind of big robot. And he's got a tiny little head. And maybe we'll have like a tail or something for balance. And then the big honking Vulcan cannons are going to go kind of up here. Something like that, okay? So that's kind of my basic design. And I'm going to have kind of a little T-Rex-esque. It's going to have these little blade arms here. Okay. So, you know, first sketch, whatever. Doesn't look that great. It's okay. We're going to move on to the next one. Get a nice straight line here. There we go. Straight enough. Yeah, I gotta figure out what the shortcut is to make straight lines. On Photoshop, you just hold shift, but here it's shift does something else, which is not cool. But that's okay. Okay. So we're going. Let's try and make the legs look a little cooler. Maybe we can do a little bit of a, like it starts reverse or starts normal and then a little bit here and then we go reverse. Again, I'm looking at my references all the time. Make sure I have it look like something that basically a design that already exists, and I'm just kind of modifying it because with concept art, I think with art in general, we sort of follow the 80-20 rule. You do 80% is based on things that already exist in the real world or just in the art space, in video games and movies, something like that, something that people have seen before, something that they're familiar with, and then we add on 10, 15, 20% of a twist of something that people haven't seen before. Okay. And then that's how you get a pretty good design that's relatable, but also something that people haven't seen before. All right. Oops, it's a little too much. Again, I want this tail to be here, so it balances out my creature. Or my robot, rather. I want to have a small sort of head. There we go. See, that's too long. It looks goofy. And then maybe, you know, if we add this onto it, it's gonna look even goofier. Maybe the ammo drum or something is located here. Something like that. How do you do just straight lines? Okay, well, it's gonna have to depend on the old school method. Let's just make a straight line to the end of the page here so we can just keep drawing. Yeah, I really wish I had my Photoshop going, because all the shortcuts is stuff that I'm used to, and I'm not used to this software. But it's okay. We'll get it popping. So yeah, as you can see, it's a little bit off balance. We got to make it look like it's balanced, because this guy looks like he could fall forward. So that's not going to work. Let's see. Let's again start with the legs. Let's move this guy. What did I press last time to move him? There we go. Okay. Let's make this one kind of chunky. Try a little chunkier design. This is the center mass here. Okay, and then how about like a big old chunky back part? There we go. Connects right there. That looks pretty good and chunky. I like that. There we go. And now the body. The body's got to be, it's got to be centered so that it doesn't look like it's going to fall over one way or the other. I'd like to have this hump up here because that's where the Gatling guns are going to go. And the head's going to pop out of here. I keep pressing all the wrong buttons, you guys. Okay, that looks like it's going to stand up on its own, right? Doesn't look like it's going to fall over one way or the other. Let's get this up, maybe up a little more. And then this is a axis of rotation here. One here, one there. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's looking not too bad, if I do say so myself. Again, I already have a kind of an idea of what I want this guy to look like. I just got to get the proportions right and the balance and everything. Speaking of balance, gonna need a tail again. Basically, it's a T-Rex. It's a T-Rex with big guns on it. You know, who's not gonna like that, right? So it's gonna have a tail. I mean, you know, it's kind of similar to the what are the designs in Horizon Zero Dawn, the big T-Rex looking guys. But I had this idea way before that game came out, so. And theirs doesn't have giant guns on it. It's got little guns. Okay. Let's see, maybe this time it's kind of an angled box. So it's a little bit more like this. Because maybe this whole part up here is angled. And then maybe, yeah, this is underneath. Okay. I don't really like this hump here. Okay, and then the big guns. Yeah, I've always been a huge like MechWarrior fan. I'm sure you can see the inspiration. Played MechWarrior since, geez, like MechWarrior, not 1. I played that later, but MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries. And I just fell in love with the game. I never played the BattleTech tabletop game, but I just like that universe a lot. Same like Warhammer universe, I really love, but I don't play the games. I just read all the novels and stuff. Okay, and then we want to have, oh yeah, that's right, we want to have my sort of T-Rex arms that I'm going to have be some kind of blades, or, you know, chainsaws or something mechanical. Yeah, sorry all this flipping around, y'all, but this is how it works. You gotta flip the canvas all which way. Okay, and then what we can do, let's see, can I do, yeah, here we go. Let's just move that up here a little bit. Okay. See, so we already improved a little bit. Again, it's not perfect, but your first drawing is always going to be crap. But you got to power through. And then, you know, second one may be a little bit better. Third one's going to be better. Your drawing should always be improving, I guess, or refining your idea over and over and over again. And again, because Photoshop is freaking great, you can just be like, all right, I don't like where this leg is. Let's just move it. Like maybe make it a little. Can I make it bigger or no? No. Yeah, none of the shortcuts work. Actually, maybe it was good right where it was. Okay. Let's just fix this up a little bit. Oh yeah, that's right. I have a whole idea for this guy where he's got tank treads on the bottom leg part, which he can use to traverse things a little faster when he transfers to like tank mode. So these are just going to be treads. Okay, that's right. I'm trying. Again, this is a design I drew when I was in like middle school, high school. So it was a long time ago. But I've always had this sort of idea in my head. This is kind of back when I used to play a lot of RTSs. And I always thought it would be cool to have an RTS where you can have this kind of big behemoth robot. And, you know, along with the little troops running around. Like in my mind, the scale of this guy is enormous. So like a person maybe is like this big. Maybe like that. So he's huge, you know, Mech Warrior style. Alright, let's keep going. So I really like how this leg is. So I'm going to try to just get that going again. And yeah, I really like that. Let's try to get that same angle. Something like this. Something like that. The feet. And then there's the tank tread area. There we go. Just add a little bit of flair there. Let's see, what can we do different about this one? Maybe this is where the legs connect down here, and then there's like maybe a little overhang so the legs can move around. See, I'm already getting a little too into the weeds here, into the detail. I gotta make the brush bigger so I don't get too bogged down by detail. It's too early for that. Too early in the stage for that. I don't think this is a little too long. Let's bring it back. And if I find my old quote-unquote portfolio that I used to to apply to art school, you'll see some of these drawings, some of my drawings from middle school, high school, where I have this bad boy. And I think it's dated too, so we'll see how long ago that was. Okay, I gotta lower this guy, I think, because the cannons are not gonna fit. Let's go there. Oops. Yeah, I hope this isn't giving you guys, making you guys dizzy. But yeah, this is pretty much what I used to do when I was in the industry. All day. Come into work, get my assignment, sit down, start drawing. Start drawing some basic stuff. Yeah, I think that one's pretty much the same. Tail's a little higher. I like that. I like this upswing like this. Yeah, I like that better. And then it goes down here. So it's like that. Yeah, that looks better. And then this is where the head is. Let's get my my little T-Rex arms. Something like, let's see. No, that's weird looking. Okay. Let's keep going. So something we can do, let's just do this because I kind of like where this is going. So we're gonna copy and paste that, put that guy here, and then just kind of keep going. Enter, deselect. Yeah, I kind of like where this is going. Very good. And because, you know, it's gonna be a Vulcan cannon, it needs a big old bucket of ammo somewhere. So we can just kind of attach that to the firing mechanisms here. Maybe it's a big barrel that sticks out like this. See, that looks like it's too heavy this way already. So we're gonna have to change that. Maybe it's on the outside. Sticks like that. And then we could do something fun like, again, this is too detailed already, but maybe there's like the chain, the chain of ammo going from the drum to the actual gun. Okay, gotta go smaller. Something like that. Again, I don't know if you guys can see it just yet. Don't worry, it's gonna get it's only gonna get prettier from here. But yeah, that's looking all right. A little back heavy. So what we can do is maybe just move the legs back a smidge. Maybe can I turn them? Yeah, I can't do any moves. Okay, well. And I kind of squint to see the bigger picture. Because if I'm too close, too focused, I can't really see the big picture. There we go. Let's make this part a little bigger. And I like to spin it around because then you can see if there's anything off about it. Because if you're just, again, looking at it at the same angle, you kind of get bogged down. You kind of have your blinders on because you keep looking at the same thing. But if you kind of spin it, you can see if it's off balance somewhere. And yeah, it looks pretty good. Again, it's a little top heavy because of the big guns and stuff. So let's make the legs a little bigger so it can support all that weight. Oops, what was that? Okay. Okay. How can I enlarge it though? What's the enlarge button? Nope. I don't even know what that does. Oh. Okay. That's not it. Oh, full screen. Okay, fine. Oh God. Okay, well. Nope. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab this guy. We're gonna copy and paste him over here. Okay, now shift works. That's good. At least. Okay. We're gonna make the legs a little bigger. Yeah, that's... Oh, shit. I changed my color. The legs go there. So let's see, what do we say? We want a little bigger. Something like that. This guy here. Nope. See, now that's too big, I think. Zoom out a little. Yeah, that's a little too big. Oops. Hey, what's up, Inferno? Welcome in, man. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, man, we're finally doing it. Doing a little bit of art streaming here. Drawing some robots. You know, what's better than a robot and a big gun on it, right? Let's take something cool and put something cool on it. How you doing, man? Okay, I see what the problem is. The angle's no good. It's got to be more angled. Oh, I see. Let's try this here like that, and then this one angled a little bit off. Too big, too big, too big. Yeah, it's basically a T-Rex robot with two big Gatling guns on it. Here, I'll show you my refs. Let's see if we can do this. It's not web display 1. There we go. Yeah. So here's my references. Got some Mech Warriors, Gatling gun, and kind of tank just for that sort of army feel. But yeah, I'm trying to go for these type of legs. I think that looks kind of cool. Something big and chunky like this. This guy's my main reference so far. So yeah, it's gonna be this plus this with a little bit of this. There we go. But yeah, man, I'm using Krita, and it's definitely not Photoshop. So I'm just trying to get used to it. But yeah, it's basically a giant T-Rex with big guns on it. Who's not gonna like that? Okay, that doesn't... Still too big. And yeah, I don't know what the resize options are, because I can select it. I don't know if you've used Krita before. I can select it and move it around, but I don't know what the resize shortcut is. Assist tool. Is this it? Transformer layer. Control T. Okay. There we are. Okay, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with gas. Make it a little smaller. I can move it around a little bit, maybe Okay, there we go. Yeah, can't forget about this part. The little treads. Yeah, me neither really. Yeah, I also have Affinity, but I haven't gotten into that. It looks a little more complicated. Krita seems pretty simple, so, you know, whatever. That's not too bad. That's kind of what I'm going for here. Okay, let's spin it around, make sure it's looking okay. Okay, that's not bad. So here's what we can do. Let's take this guy, do another copy paste, and then make him a little big. Oh, a little bigger, so I can start to add a little detail. Okay, yeah, it looks pretty good. And then what we can do, basically just, oh yeah, how do you even change the opacity on the layer? There we go. Turn that opacity down. Let's get a new layer, and then we can draw on top with something a little finer, but still not. Okay, that's just like pen. Still need something markery, but not so markery. How does this paintbrush look? That's not bad. Let's turn that down. What is it? No, numbers don't do nothing. Oops. Okay, that's the new layer. Okay, well, since the legs are pretty important, let's try to detail those out a little bit. I kind of like this one up here where it's got, oh, I see, that's kind of neat. The legs kind of go like this. First. Again, just sort of playing around, adding some more shapes here. A little bit more designing this guy out. And then let's get this leg sort of figured out. And again, all this stuff can change as I'm designing it. Let's see, let's go up. I feel like this leg needs to be a little more beefy. How you doing, Inferno? How's your Friday? That's not bad. That's kind of a cool shape. Now the leggies. So I got plenty of reference here for robot legs. Pretty okay so far. All right, that's good. At least it's Friday, right? Ooh, editing videos. Ooh, what are you working on? Or is it a secret project? Okay, I kind of like, let's see, let's just do this first. Nice and chunky. And I kind of like the idea of it having some kind of like almost raptor-like nails going on. Maybe this be attached or something. Oh, that looks weird. Oh, I know what we can do here. Maybe because it's... Oops. And then maybe there's going to be another one behind that, so it's got like three toes. We need one back here. Back foot. Toe, whatever. Okay, whatever's going on here, I like it. There you go. Pretty good leg. Animation tutorial. Nice, man. That's awesome. Teach the people. Get too much detail. I'm getting too in the weeds here. Okay, let's start. Let's get the gun figured out. Again, it's just going to be a box with some tubes coming out, so not that complicated. But let's put a little bit of design into that to kind of match the chunkiness of this leg. That's not good. That's right. How about right this? And then our ammo barrel. I like the idea of having it like this. Let's take a look at our references here. Maybe there's something like that. Okay. And then the tail. How about we make a kind of like an angle here? Again, just to kind of work with these same angles we got going on. I'm going to break this up into segments, but for now, let's just make up like a big one piece here. Oops. Come on, there it is. And then maybe we can make the end of the tail like that. Maybe a little thinner at the end. Or maybe we can do a little step. There we go. That's not bad. Put a little bit more design into this. Not bad. Oops. Something like that. Okay, so this is going to attach somewhere there at an angle. So let's see, this continues here. I'll worry about the gun in a minute. Get that line. Get this line. Maybe it steps down here. And then the head is going to go, kind of like the idea of having an opening like this. But still follow that same line. How did I make the head? I forgot. Okay, let's just follow this. Okay. Oh my god, come on. Eraser, please. Little connection here. Okay, and then we can have it so that maybe the angle split is there. You gotta squish this down a little bit if I'm trying to do the angle. But yeah, as I'm doing this, I'm always trying to basically just refine the design as I go at every step. Trying to keep the language, keep the theme similar throughout. So big and chunky, you know, kind of classic 45-degree angles for sci-fi shit. Yeah. Okay. Let's get the gun involved here. So obviously it's not going to have that much of a taper, because real guns don't really do that crazy. But let's see. For now, it's just gonna be cut off like that. Maybe we'll have a little bit of what'd be cool, like a excuse me, like a guard here. Maybe it a little bit bigger. Not bad. Coming along, I think. Oh, hi, Splatty. What's up, man? Hey, thanks. Yeah, just kind of messing around. Trying to draw a, basically a T-Rex with a big old gun on it. Let's see. Oops. Gotta get my little T-Rex arms in. How are we gonna attach them? Let's see. So maybe like a big chunky piece. Okay, maybe that's how it opens, or where the where the cutaway is for this. And then the actual arm is gonna be in here like this. And let's see, let's make a cool kind of blade or something. When he runs out of ammo, he's got to have melee attack, right? So let's put a little spike right there. I don't like that. I don't like that. What if we put it on the top like I have in my original sketch? Okay, that looks a little better. A little too long. Oops. Something like that. Oh, here we go. Best promotion on streambo.org, everybody. Let's go there immediately. Bink. Having dinner in a few. Yeah, man. Again, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you coming in. Watch at your leisure. We're just chilling. Oh, and that's right. I forgot. There's gonna be a little tread action here for let's see how we're gonna do that. When he goes to tank mode, let's say it's just hidden behind there. Let's see, what if we put something crazy here, like a... kind of like that. Maybe there's a part that sticks out here so that he can sit back on his haunches to transform the legs into tank mode. Almost looks like mud flaps. That's okay. I wish there's a way you can... Let's see. I think there's a way you can flip the image. At least in Photoshop there is. Mirror, oh, mirror, zoom, rotate, and mirror. Mirror view around cursor. Alt M, let's see what that does. Oh, okay. Okay, Alt M. That's tight. And yeah, I like to flip the image, because a lot of times you'll see that. Dude, the AI bots are terrible. Thank you with the lurk. Yesterday I had I'm pretty sure it was a bot. He's like, hey, let's play together. Here's my Discord. And I kindly rejected him, and then he didn't say anything else. But yeah, I like to flip the image every once in a while as I'm working on it to kind of see if things are lining up. Because I found that, you know, because I'm right-handed, a lot of my lines, they tend to go, you know, this kind of direction. And so the drawings will kind of lean to the right. And then when you flip it, you realize, oh my God, that's so leaned. And then you gotta kind of, like I'm already seeing some of that here. Like the robot's kind of leaning this way. So I might have to just change that a little bit. Looks like he's gonna fall forward a little bit. Okay, that's not bad. Alt M. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a little bathroom break here, but I will be back in just a moment. But yeah, we got something pretty good so far, methinks. Let's zoom in on it. Yeah, and then we're just gonna keep refining that until we get something that looks pretty good. But yeah, I'll be right back. Just a quick bathroom break. back. Thank you for waiting. So I'm pretty happy with this. Got the basic shapes in. I'm gonna, you know, detail out the tail and the face and the gun and everything. So far though, I think we're doing good. I think this looks nice. And I don't really say that usually about my art, so this is... You guys are seeing a special situation here. So now that we have the side view, what we like to call orthographic views. Orthographic just meaning plain, no perspective views of side, front, top, bottom, that type of stuff. So now that we have the side, I'm going to try and do a face-on view to see kind of the balance and where everything is going to be as you're looking at this robot face-on. Oh, hold on, I gotta do something here first for this part. Just make sure there's like a little channel that the ammo belt goes into. Something's not right here. Oops. There we go. Oh. This is appropriate. Machines to serve human needs. Okay. That's pretty tight. Here's what we can do. What the hell? Why is there something over there? Oh, what the heck? How did I get stuff over there? What layer is that on? That's crazy. Still. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. There we go. Deselect. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna move this guy down here. And then I'm gonna do... Oh, how the hell am I gonna do straight lines? I guess I gotta use the frickin' line tool. Whoa, did it erase it? It did, okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Let's do another layer. And we're gonna do just some lines like this. Oh, that's huge. Okay, I gotta let's turn this way tiny. Okay. Is it L for lines? No, it's not. What the hell? What does L do? What the hell is happening? That's crazy. Anyway. Still figuring out the software, y'all. There we go. There we go, that's what I want. Excuse me. To put it right on that point. So here I'm just trying to get some reference points. I wish I could move this like in Photoshop. On specific points on the head, on the gun, on the barrel up here. Or the drum barrel. Let's do this too for the floor. Okay, so it's like right around there. Oops. There we go. And yeah, let's do one right there. A little higher. There we go. So now what we do with this, can we stretch this guy out? What was it? Control T? Yeah. Oops. Oh, no, just no. No. Okay, never mind. Okay, we won't be seeing the tail, so let's just do this. Let's turn this opacity way down. Like that. And then we'll just go in this same layer as the marker. Now let's go back to our fat marker. I think it was this guy. There we go. Is there a mirror version here? Let's see. What's this? Horizontal mirror tool. Excellent. Give me that. Okay, no. How do I... There we go. Okay, so now what happens? Yes! Oh, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. So we're gonna just, again, go real chunky, real big here. And, what's going on here with this guy? Let's turn that down a little bit. Okay. And then, what do we just turn it off? Yeah, great. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. Okay, so, again, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge because we're kind of just going off of this side view here. I want to erase this line. It's bothering me. Here we go. Oh, that's going to be this layer. Let's start naming the layers because I'm going to start getting crazy with the layers. Mark 1. Oh shit, it doesn't have to be capital. Mark for marker. We're gonna go, let's just say pen. No, you know what, let's do line 0. Because the line 2 is gonna be, and then these are just, whatever, we don't have to name that one. But these are the important ones here. What's going on here with this? Okay. Let's see. So let's start with the legs. So again, I got my reference point here from that leg. Actually, I guess we should start with the mass. So again, I got a couple reference points. So the mass is kind of, let's just play around and see what we get. Okay, I need it to be angled to here. Goes to like about there. Something like that. Again, make it chunky so we're not spending too much time on detail just yet. So how's the leg gonna fit in there, right? Okay. Gotta figure that out. Maybe it's like this. Maybe there's no swivel. Maybe there's a swivel. Oops. Okay, something like that for the mass. And then again, the face is small. And let's say it's going to be like this. Something like that. Again, not super detailed. Just trying to get the shapes in. Okay, now that we got that, let's try and work on the legs. So one leg kind of starts here like this. Goes to here. Goes to down there. Oops. Again, yeah. Can't use shift. What the hell just happened? Did I change brushes? Oh, the size went down crazy. Okay. There we go. Okay. So it's already looking a little weird. Let's work on the feet. Go into perspective a little bit. Okay. Again, not great right now. Might have to do a couple more iterations on the legs here, on the forward view, I mean. Okay, so this leg kind of does, or the top part kind of does this. Okay. And then the back of it kind of like that. That looks a little too chunky, maybe. A little too chonkers. So what we could do is I could keep this nice profile, but maybe make the legs a little thinner. Come on. Where's the eraser? There you are. Maybe that'll be kind of cool if it's kind of thin here. And then this side, this part is kind of chunky. A little shadow here. Looks like we'll have to make this a little lower. There we go. So then the legs can attach. And we need a little space here so they can move. There we go. Maybe we can chop that. Do this. Okay. Coming along. Let's get the gun. Let's see, so it starts there-ish. And I want to have them kind of like this. Goes to the top here. That's good there. Something like that. And then the barrel that's going to have the ammo. Okay, it's all the way at the top here. Let's make that round. Maybe this will be a little too crazy. It looks like Mickey Mouse a little. Mickey Mouse ears. And then yeah, it's a little further up. Again, doesn't have to be one-on-one. I'm still kind of designing as I'm doing this, so one design, one view, one might influence back the other one. And we just kind of go back and forth. Yeah, I'm pointing with my finger, but you guys can't see that, so I'm dumb. Something like this. And then yeah, the spinny parts. You know, this is going to be something like this. Why can't I get a round shape? Is this round? Yes. There we go. How about 5? Why not? Something like that. And then the tail, maybe you can see it sticking out in the back just a little bit. That's not bad. That kind of looks like a mech, I think. What do you guys think? I'm not a huge fan of the barrel, maybe, or the drum mag. Let's chunkify that a little bit. Maybe it's more like, and it's got some round. Yeah, maybe it's more kind of triangular with some rounded edges on it. Something like that. And then maybe like shrinks down to there. Zoids? Oh yeah, a little bit. Thanks, man. What else are we missing? Oh, the little T-Rex blade arms. So those are gonna be pretty thin. Well, let's see, it starts like there and ends down here. That's in front of the legs, so it's okay if it overlaps that a little. And this would be the blade part, so let's make that nice and thin. Oops. Yeah, you can't really tell what's going on there, but I don't think the flip is going to do anything, but a little top heavy looking. What if we add just some stuff down here to make it a little wider? Maybe this is where the kind of motors, actuators are to move this guy. Okay, that looks a little better actually, just that little bit. Oops. Having a little fun here with this. I can dig this. Maybe there's a bigger, like, dorsal, not dorsal, like in the front gut area. A little bit of a thing like this. There we go. Kind of like that. Oops. And this is all going to be kind of underneath, so in shadow. And, oh, so what we got to do, yeah, something like this. And then this is also kind of in shadow. And we're done. No, I'm kidding. That came out pretty good. It came out pretty good, I think. And the idea here is that you want to try and get it to look good from every angle that you can. Side, front, top. We can do the top, I guess. Let's leave this here because I'm going to need this mirror set up for later. And I think, yeah, you just turn it on and off. That's great. But we're running out of space, folks. So what I'm going to do is keep that guy. Just get rid of some of these. All right, hold on. Someone is texting me. Who is texting me? Okay, so I think I'm going to try and do a top-down view. Oh, got some doggos barking. Don't know if you guys can hear that. So let's see, how do we do that? How do we do that? Let's see here. I think it'd be best if I just draw it like this. 1 second. Okay. Let's see here. How are we gonna do this? Oh, actually. Oops. Let's move this guy just over here. And what we're gonna do is utilize this again. And let's do a mirror. Let's do line. Obviously we got the middle already. Let's get, oh, does it? It does, okay, good. Let's make this small. Okay, let's do a line here. Oops, that was an eraser. Oh, good, it's kind of centered with where the feet are. That's good. Let's get the end here, like that. Maybe the center of the gun. There you are. What else? Let's just put one there. It's gonna kind of... Oh, there it is. Okay, and we're gonna try to make the top-down view up here. Let's put that in the marker again. Get our marker out. And what I'm going to do actually is take, let's see, let's just move that guy. Take this guy, copy him, turn it. How can I not? There we go, like this. Ooh, so we're going to need more space here, folks. Yeah, this is not gonna. Oh, actually, negative. Okay, let's try this. Let's take everything and just move it down a smidge. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Laggy lag here. Nope. Let's just go down to like as close as we can to the bottom part of the page. There we go. This guy. Okay, now it should just barely fit. Oops. Okay. Something like that. Actually, let me actually take this guy because it's more detailed. Oops. Put it like thusly. We need to go to that's fine. We'll just put it in this marker layer. Yeah, full-on orthographic. Remember doing these for industrial design? Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm going back to my roots here. Figure why not, just to make sure this thing's all designed out before I do like a nice drawing of it. Or maybe I'll just do orthos and go straight into 3D, you know? No reason to do like a 3/4 if I'm gonna get like a better design in 3D, so we'll see. This is more for me to sort of just visualize it a little bit easier in my head. So we'll see. Okay. Let's see. Let's get rid of this line. Okay. Okay, let's... Oh, actually, I should go that way too, huh? Okay, 1 second here. You guys are seeing the whole process in action here, start to finish. Okay, that's there. Do that. Again, it was eraser. Oops. There we go. Oops. What? No, I don't want it at the top of the screen. What the hell? Oh my god, this program is... There we go. Okay, still not doing what I want. Fine. What else? I guess we kind of need where this leg is. Maybe where this neck cutoff is. You're not going to see any of this underneath. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, I need more coffee. Well, let's make this Mark II. Okay. Yep. Okay. Drinky drink. Okay, so the body kind of ends here, and it's about, let's see, maybe the tail part is going to start there, and we want to go pretty much, excuse me, pretty much like that. And then, see, that's where the cannon is, and then it's going to taper down to pretty tight, something like this. Okay. Let's make the little, oh, okay, we're going a little even further. Something like that. Okay, and then the head again. It's kind of tiny. There we go. The reason I made the head so tiny in my mind, you know, this is where like the processing will be in the optics. So you don't want it too big to get shot at, and maybe it's very well armored, but there's optics in there or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out once we get there. Okay. It's kind of thin. Oh no, that's just the top. Okay, and then this, it flares out. Okay, that's what I'm doing. It flares out to there. Maybe like this. Something like that. I guess that's where the gun is gonna be. Right on this part right here. Okay, that kind of looks like something. Let's plop the guns in. How big are the guns? I should have measured that. Something like this. They stick way out. And then that's where it's angled. Okay. All right. Maybe a little bigger even, looks like. Yeah. Okie doke. And then the big fat parts. Okay, so there's the middle of the gun. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so gun is like yay big. Wow, it's kind of freaking huge. Okay, it's gonna have to be the same size as... So I think I made it a little too big in the... Come on. What is happening? Give me the eraser. Made it a little too big in the side ortho. I mean the front ortho. So we'll just make sure that it's the same size as what we have on the profile. Something like that. Let's put the drum mag. Okay, it's like this. I do want it to stick out from the side a little. Well, maybe not, I guess. That looks alright. Maybe just a little. Okay. Okay, that's pretty much the top. These guys, let's see. That'll be like attached here somewhere underneath. But it's gonna go straight out like this. It's gonna be a little spiky at the end for his little arms. You can't really see the legs from down or from this view, so we're not going to worry about that. Let's work with the tail. Oh wow, tail's going to go into this guy. That's okay. We can shift it around or decrease the size once I have the design figured out. That's pretty much it. Pretty much it for the side ortho. Oh, hold on. Let me just erase some of this stuff because this kind of goes over the top there. And then, yeah, the chain. Okay. Okay, something like that. You guys see it, right? You get what I'm smell what I'm stepping in here. Okay, so there are my orthos. I don't think I need, you know, we're not going to do the other side or the underneath. I don't think that's necessary. But, yeah. This is pretty much the design of the robot. I guess I can go and do a little bit of a detail pass. Again, I don't know if it's necessary. I think what we should do, let's do this here. Okay. Let's kind of move everything over a bit. What's this? Okay. Oh boy, wow, it's really chugging if I move everything. Oh my god. Yikes. I want to move it to the side. So I have a little space on the right here to draw. What I'm going to do is kind of just detail it out a little more. And I'm just going to use these marker orthos, I think, for my sort of blueprint when I make the 3D model. Hey, how about we save? So this doesn't get blown up when it crashes. Okay. I forgot what I called this thing. Whatever. Let's just say T-Rex. T-Rex. Let's just do this. Rex. Gun. 01. Just something simple like that. That's fine. Okay. So now, GPU. I don't know, dude, but it sure doesn't seem like it uses GPU acceleration. Let me check that. Where the properties. Okay, edit. Where the hell are the properties? Settings? Configure. Where display maybe? Warning textures. Buffer, yeah, okay. Canvas acceleration. Okay, here we go. Preferred renderer. Ugh. Filtering. No idea. Performance? Where do you see that? Oh, I see it. Dirt. Advanced. Progress report. Performance logging. Frame rate limit. Instant preview? Oh, CPU limit. Okay, whatever. Yeah, use all of them. I don't know. I don't see a setting for use or don't use hardware. Unless I'm being stupid. In display, where? OpenGL in display. Instead of Direct 3D, maybe? Honestly, that's a teeny bit better. I don't know if I have to restart. No. Like I said, a teeny bit better. I'll have to do a little research on that, I think. Yeah, I think it's a little bit better with OpenGL, but still, I don't know. I have like, it was like 4 layers I was trying to move, and it was chugging like crazy. So, I don't know. Where's line this one? And mark this one. Oh shit, okay. Actually, I don't need that marker. Maybe I'll just copy. Okay, never mind. Forget, wrong button. Yeah, even moving one layer is crazy slow. Look at that. Jeez. Okay. I'm gonna start messing with Affinity, I think, because supposedly it's closer to Photoshop than this. Okay. Alright, so I blew the size up a little bit. We're gonna try to detail this guy out a little. Just so I have some... How big's the canvas? I think it's 8K. Yeah. Just wanted a big old canvas. So maybe that's it, you think? The canvas is too big? Okay. Let's do another layer. I'm gonna make this line 1. And then let's pick a nice kind of pen. Oh wow, ballpoint straight up, huh? Whoo, that's fine. Actually, that might be good because it's just there's no pressure. Excuse me. Okay, I do like a little pressure though, so I think I might use this one. If I could just have my Photoshop brushes. How's this one? Pencil? Oh, kind of like that. That's pretty tight. Okay. Save. Really? You think so? Photo layers on 8K might be the issue. And you might be right. But yeah, I mean, Photoshop can handle all that shit. And I'm pretty sure my computer can handle it. Okay. Well, let's try and figure out what this guy is gonna look like. Wow, that's so fine. It's a little too fine. Right now, again, just taking my previous sketch and just going into more detail. Trying to make it look a little nicer with every iteration. If I stop using the eraser, that is. So let's work on the face, because that's going to be a focal point. Okay. Let's try to facet this guy a little bit. Keep clicking the eraser. That's fair. Yeah, because I'm just looking straight down. That's true. Okay. Oops. And I think I'll figure out all these angles and stuff once I get it into 3D. Just trying to get some ideas going. Yeah, PS is pretty optimized. Yeah, well, gotta work with what we got, I guess. Oops. Okay, we're spending too much time on that. I'd like to have a mouth too. So maybe something like. Oh, not there. Want to make a real jaw. We're gonna go up. And, oh, okay. Gotta put the eyes somewhere. Maybe a bunch of little cameras here or something. Let's do something here. Make it. Oops. Wait, really? Ooh. Alright, doesn't have to be super pretty. I don't know, something like this. So it's got kind of, yeah, but now it looks like a little in the front. We'll have to figure this out. I'll have to get some more reference for getting this to look better. So while doing this, I'm always basically designing at all times, making decisions. That's all designing is just making decisions. What a thing's gonna look like, why something is where it is, and so on. I don't really like this face, so I'm gonna just leave that for now and go on to the rest of it. Maybe detail out the gun because I have references for that. Let's see. Okay, let's try to make a nice straight line here. Looks straight enough to me. And then, let's see, let's go up. Make the shroud in the front. Yeah, I kind of like having the barrels be kind of hidden by a shroud. Oops. Okay. We're gonna put a little one right here. Another little just ring to hold the barrel together. Barrels. Okay. And then another one back here where it meets with the firing mechanisms and shit and stuff. Let's keep it PG here. Okay. Well, that is not straight to the horizon. Yeah, see, it's all bending down. That's okay. Not a big deal. Once we put it in 3D, everything's gonna line up nice and pretty. There we go, that's good enough. make that go all the way around. It's kind of nice. Little bevel. All right, let's try to put the barrels on here. Oh, that's kind of a cool little piece. It's like some of these guns have like a little part down here. Maybe it's got a sensor on it or something. Something like that. It's kind of neat. Nice little detail. Okay, so now the barrels, usually they're a lot thicker towards the back end. So we'll see if we can simulate that, or mimic it rather. A little too much. Okay, we can't go too crazy because we gotta stay with what the shape we already made. There we go. And then these will all be detailed out later. A little line weight here to make this barrel be in front of everything. Get the shroud some line weight. Oops. You get the idea. Well, I like that. Let's put a nice big screw or something right here. Yeah, this will be all rounded off. Whatever, it still looks square. Okay. Let's see, let's flip it. Let's work on the barrel. Barrel mag. find the shape in 3D. Just trying to get some ideas of what kind of shape this thing can look like. Oh yeah, of course there's a big line here, because all this is underneath. Okay. Okay. Not bad. Yeah, it's still a little ugly right now, but we'll get there. We will get there. Alright. Oops, whoa, I switched. What the hell just happened? What? Delete. Weird. Check my references. See what an actual magazine or chain belt feed looks like. Let's do this. Here we go. I want to bring this up a little. So it's right underneath this angle here. Where is, I don't have any reference for that. Okay, well, we're gonna have to just do our best. Instead of going nuts, let's do this. Oh, wrong button. There we go. Oh, is it the same button? Wow, finally something's actually the same as Photoshop. Oops, what the hell? I'm in red now. And then, yeah, we'll have to detail this out something like, you know, something like this. Again, it's not going to be perfect. I'm just trying to get the idea in so that I have something to reference when I'm making the 3D model. The switching between eraser and brush, again, is different than I'm used to. So I keep either doing the brush or the eraser at the wrong time. There we go. It's not looking too bad. Ugh. Well, thank you all for sticking around. I hope this is as entertaining as you know, Arc Raiders and stuff. I know it's not as exciting, but you get to see a little bit of what I used to do as a concept artist. But this is basically it. We start with an idea, we get some references, we do some sketches, we draw the orthos, we draw some nice pictures. Back when we didn't really use too much 3D, excuse me, the next phase would be, you know, drawing a nice 3/4 view of this and doing the whole draw through methodology to like draw it in 3D basically. But now with just easily accessible 3D software, especially like Blender, you could just take this idea into 3D and just develop it there and kind of work out the kinks and work out the parts that aren't going to really fit or work in a 3D sense versus trying to figure them out on pen and paper or whatever, just with pen. It's just a lot easier and a lot faster, but it's still not AI, so there we go. It's still human hands working on stuff, which I'm very proud of. Space for this, maybe a little more in the front. Okay, make a nice little form here, detail this out a bit. And the part that's going to hold the blade. Let's do something just silly here. Hopefully this guy doesn't stab himself with that back part. Yeah, I'm actually, you know, looking at this, I don't know how much action this blade is gonna get. Just like a T-Rex, it doesn't have much reach, right? So maybe that's something we can kind of figure out in 3D. Oh, no, let's do it like this. There we go. There we go. Little details, just to, you know. Okay. What do we work on next? Maybe the tail, maybe get that sorted out. Okay, let's do that. Oops. I'm gonna sort this out a little later, but let's get these angles in. There we go. Okay, so yeah, the tail's gonna be a little segmented, so let's just do this. Let's not go nuts, because I want to keep this nice silhouette. You know, I don't want to be doing this. You know? Whoa. Man, my straight lines are not what they used to be. Back in art school, we had to... One of the first assignments, Inferno remembers, drawing 5 big-ass A3 pages of just straight lines, and they had to be perfect. And that was one of the first assignments we had. And man, slaved over those straight lines, man, I'll tell you what. Yeah, Fang would be disappointed if he saw me now with the way my straight lines are going. But I've been a little bit out of practice for a few months here. So this is actually the first kind of drawing I've done in a long time. I don't usually draw for myself since I had to do it so much for work. But yeah, it's been a while and I kind of miss it, I think. Let's see. Oh, we're already about 2.5. I don't know. I was thinking to maybe at least get the basic lines of this guy, and then maybe you know, detail it out more next time, or maybe just go straight into 3D next time. So we'll see. But yeah, I just want to, you know, put a little bit of detailed doodads here and there. So let's see how we're gonna segment this. Let's not go crazy. It doesn't need to bend like a snake. Let's put a couple segments in. Go something like that. Okay, and then we're gonna just do this, so you could just see the segmentation from the side a little. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do this every Friday, guys. So I hope you join me on the next art stream next Friday, and we'll just kind of see how far we get with this T-Rex gun-toting robot. Oh my God! Stop with the freaking eraser brush confusion. Try to add a little detail here. Don't want to go too nuts. Let's see, maybe the top is a little bit, has a bevel on it. Just follow the marker line I made. Maybe the end of the tail is sharp. Yeah, I'm imagining, I think if you do a quick kind of front or back view of this, something like this. You know? Something like that. Okay, that's not bad. Again, we can kind of detail it out once we get into 3D. Add some doodads and junk on there. But, oh. Circles. There we go, something like that, I guess. Maybe make it a little thicker here. So it looks like there's some like space for it to actually move side to side. Because otherwise it looks like you know, the Marvel Doc Ock type of stuff. Which is not the look I'm going for. Oops. There we go. Let's see, maybe put a little detail in here in this part. There we go, something like that. Okay. Oh, I'm out of coffee. All right, let's just kind of at least do the line work for the legs. We can add a couple details here and there. But actually, nature calls again, folks. I'm drinking too much water and too much coffee, I guess. So let me just take a quick one. So let's take a look at where we are first. Okay. Not bad. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere with it. Okay. Quick 2-minute break just so I could do a bathroom, and I will be right back. Okay, we're back. Where's my pen? Here we go. Okay, so I think I'm gonna work on these legs and then maybe call it for this art stream. So let's get to it. Check my refs real quick for some detail. Oops, there goes the eraser again. And even though there's a detail pass, I'm still keeping it pretty loose. And you know, there's stuff like, how is this thing gonna move? How's this gonna turn? Obviously it's pretty tight right here, you know, and again 3D will solve all that. I don't have to super think about that now. I'm just thinking about interesting shapes. I'm not trying to solve every design problem or every sort of real world situation problem here. Obviously this thing would never function in the real world. It's too heavy and giant. It wouldn't be able to carry its own weight. That's why there's no giant robots, you guys. I'm sorry to say, but I don't think there'll ever be a future where we'll have Gundams or what's the movie? The live-action giant robot movie, Pacific Rim. Because just the sheer size and weight and the amount of material and metal and all kinds of stuff you'd need, it would never move. But hey, don't let me spoil your fantasies. If you want giant robots to exist, they can, in your mind. Okay, how about a little swiggity right there? Kind of like that sharp angle there. That's how we have video games and movies, so we can live out our fantasies that we kind of secretly know would never work in real life. Maybe something like that. And then maybe it's continued here. This bevel. And stops right there. That's kind of nice. Okay. Excuse me. One more leg piece. Hope you guys like the music today. This is Chill Synth FM, part of the Night Ride FM family. Check them out. I really enjoy synthwave, and I love it for drawing and for gaming. Just kind of nice background music you have in the background. Not too many lyrics to distract me, because if when I'm trying to draw, I can't listen to songs that have lyrics, because the words they get me thinking about what the song is about, and then I lose focus on what I'm drawing. But if it's just like a soundscape, then I can focus and still kind of zone out. And get the work done. But yeah, this was my day, 9 to 5, quote unquote, every day. And you know what we'll do actually? Before we take this into 3D, we could do a little color splash on it. Why not? It's easier to color it here than it is in 3D. So maybe we'll do that next time. You guys might enjoy that. Everything looks so much everything always looks better in color. Like, no matter how cool your design is, if you have a design that's not as good, but it's got a nice paint job, like, the average person is going to think that is better just because it's flashier, it looks nicer. So you always want to just add those touches to your design when you're finished with it. And there's all kinds of rules for, you know, color and shadow and all that type of stuff. And we'll get to that once I start doing that. Okay. Circles. What? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad. Oops. Just deleted everything by accident. Whoopsie-doo. What? Good enough. Let's get the feet. So it's gonna have 3. So we're gonna get this one. Let's see, it's gonna be kind of spiky in the front, right? So let's do this. Just put some kind of random details back here for this center foot. No reason for that. Just make it flat with this one. Now let's pop this one in front with a little line weight. There we go. Okay. Again, a couple details here. Why does that look funky? Alright, whatever. Get the back one. Let's just make like a little detail here, like it's some kind of shroud or something on top of the back foot. I mean the back toe? Claw? I don't know. Okay. And now this guy, my treads, maybe we'll have to do a little bit of detail on this so it reads like I want it to read. It's gonna take a minute. Gotta have your V8. V8 juice. Good stuff. Line weight there. A little bit here. Okay. Got some tank treads for refs here, so let's utilize that. Oh, I need a big circle here. Oh, actually that was a great circle. How do I go forward? There we go. I'm just gonna grab this sucker. Just move it to where I want. Like that. Quick save. There we go. There we go. Oops. Oh my god, the circles. My freaking bane. Okay, hold on, this is not correct. That's good enough. Ah, shit, it's not in the right spot though. Alright, fuck this. Let's do this. Good enough. Sorry for the doggo noise. Dog's gonna dog, you know what I mean? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, round that off. So something like this. I don't want to, again, spend too much crazy detail. But, Okay. Ooh. We're gonna have to change where these are. It's not very good. There we go. There we go. That's good enough, I think. Something like that. And then there's going to be something connecting this one to the rest of the unit. Couple bevels on here. Follow my marker line. Let's end it there, and then just put one more here, and then in the front and on the bottom. Okay. Okay, there we go. Pretty basic, little bit detailed sketch of my idea here. Not bad. Watch this though, watch this, watch this. This is gonna be okay. All you gotta do is add a little shading. Let's just fill the whole guy up. Alright, let's see how far we can get before it's 3 hours. %. Very nice. There we go. Okay, we can speed this up, I think. Oops. And then what we'll do next Friday is maybe do a little shading and a little color on this guy, and maybe add some details while we do that. I still got to figure out the head. I kind of don't like what I got going there, but I got to do a little bit more reference searching to see something that inspires me to get that to look better. But for right now, it's okay. I got the shapes in. I got the silhouette in. Yeah, I want to show you guys something as I do this. Oops. It's just basically to illustrate how powerful a silhouette is, because it doesn't matter if you have amazing details. If your silhouette's not strong enough, it's not going to read. There we go. Clean this up a little bit. Oh my god, I gotta stop pressing the erase button. Because I'm used to, again, Photoshop, you gotta press it just to make sure you got erase instead of brush, but here you press the same button. You press erase to switch between brush and eraser, and it's really annoying. Instead of having a dedicated brush button, dedicated eraser button, you pick the brush and then you switch between eraser and the brush by pressing the eraser key. It's just bad design in my opinion. Just make it dedicated brush, dedicated eraser. But whatever. Okay, almost done. Just want to do a little cleanup here. I like this little doodad here. Adds a nice little bit of detail to a pretty simple, just Gatling gun barrel design. Almost done. I guess I could have used the lasso tool for this. I like to approach this stuff as if I'm as close as possible as if I'm drawing on paper. So there's no real lasso tool on paper. You gotta just get the markers out, you know? Get these treads in. Actually quite happy with the way the treads worked out. Very minimal work to get it to kind of look like tank treads. Just need good reference, that's all. Yeah, I don't work without reference because just never trust in your head what you think stuff looks like unless you've just been drawing, like, you know, the same bird all your life. Last dinosaur mechs around. Last one I remember was in Bayformers 4. What about Horizon? They had the big T-Rex in that one. That one was pretty sick, I thought. Bayformers. I don't think I've ever played that game. There we go. Getting there. Bayformers. What is that? Oh, Bayformers. I'm stupid. That's funny. Yeah, everything just explodes in the old Michael Bay films. And then sometimes there's Mark Wahlberg advertising for Pepsi. Which was... Or no, it wasn't Pepsi. Was it Pepsi or Bud Light? I forget. In one of the Transformers movies, he literally cracks open a Pepsi, and there's like a giant Pepsi truck behind him, and he's like, yeah, and then he goes and does whatever the hell. Horizon robots don't really look like dinosaurs. They're a little alien. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I just like the I mean, from a distance, the what is it, Thunderfoot or something like that it's called? Thunder something? I think it still looks kind of like a T-Rex. Just doesn't have the little arms. So what I wanted to show you guys is, so I did just a quick, just gray marker. And if you take the lines out, it still reads. There's no detail here. Let me just fill this in a little. Check that out. You know? You can still read, oh, there's legs, there's a tail, there's like a big gun thing, there's the head, maybe some kind of arm. You don't need any detail. If your silhouette is strong enough, that's the first thing people are going to notice is the silhouette, the shape of whatever you're trying to design. Then all the details come next. But yeah, it's important to have a good silhouette to start with, and then everything else is going to flow from there. And with that, we are at the 3-hour mark. And I think we did pretty good. We started with basically nothing. Oops. Let's turn all these off and go to what we started with. Yeah. So we started with this little guy here. Looks like doo-doo pants. And then just kept working on it a little bit till we got to something that looked like decent. And then I worked on that a little bit more. Worked on that a little bit more. And then we started doing the orthos. Right? Did all the orthos to flesh it out, what it's going to look like top down and side. Detailed out one of them here. And then once we're happy with our orthographics, I blew up this guy here. And then drew on top of that. And then just filled it in with a little gray. So yeah, I think I'm going to stop here. And, you know, next Friday, like I said, we'll pick up kind of where we left off. And maybe add a little color, maybe add a little shading. And we'll see how this guy ends up looking like. But for now, that'll be it. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate that. I know it's not the usual thing I'm doing with games and stuff, but I figure you know, gotta hone my skills and keep sharpening the you know, the tool set. So what better way than to share some of my art and just experience and knowledge with you guys. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this stream. It was fun for me to kind of dive back into some drawing. Like I said, I haven't really done too much art lately. Just because circumstances, whatever. But yeah, this is going to be hopefully a good way for me to start doing a little more art and, you know, show off a little bit of this process. So yeah, thank you guys again. Appreciate all the chats, all the views, all that good stuff. Let's see if we can do a little baby raid on a channel here. Okay, how about, okay, let's do this. Come along with me as we go. Oh, there's 3 E's, okay. We're gonna raid MZ. I don't know if you guys have seen her stream. She's really fun. She plays a lot of Arc Raiders, sometimes some other stuff. She's really, really good. She's kind of a pro and kind of big time compared to me. But yeah, let's raid her channel, and this is where. Oh, okay, never mind. Can't raid her for some reason. Okay, let's try and raid Clutch again. Oh yeah, Clutch Jackson, the hairpin bandit himself. Okay, here we go. Again, thank you guys for sticking around this long. Really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks again. Bye bye.
I'm gonna see if this guy has grenades or anything.
I think we should just like
Just
full go.
trucks.
Like I think we should all go.